like it, I don't like it, I don't like it here. You wouldn't like it, nobody likes it here.
So have you heard about like everybody going on strike on September 1st?
What do you mean, everybody?
Apparently, like it's been going around, like, because I vaguely remember hearing mention of it, that like on September 1st, everybody should as they're trying to do a mass protest where everybody just stays home on September 1st.
What? Just a massive countrywide wildcat strike?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, like, so corporations will have to, like, will lose a bunch of money, like, in one day or something like that. And everybody just stay home and watch TV.
It's impossible to organize.
Yeah.
That's just, sorry.
Yeah, so
It's a nice thought, and I'm all for striking and sticking to the man, but that's not going to happen. Be realistic. Like, it's like, it's young people that do this. And like, man, we're all going to get together. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's, you know how difficult it is to get a local to okay a strike.
Even if it's just a one-day thing.
And that's the thing.
And that's like they say everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
No union that and see, that's the thing. As much as I hate Kroger, it would not benefit UFCW at all if all of us did a one-day wildcat strike.
Yeah.
That would make the union look bad to Kroger when they already hate us.
Yeah.
You just add more fuel to that fire of they hate us. Like,
even like for
it doesn't help.
That's like even Teamsters and everything else just would not make sense.
You can't shut down the country for a day because it's like, you know, you get these energetic kids. We're gonna do this. We're gonna stick it to the man. We're gonna show these corporations. Everybody. The NICU unit at a hospital. Everybody. Nobody's gonna be there. All those babies are gonna die because you want to stick it to the man. You know.
All the people working the electric companies and just
the guys at the nuclear power plant. It's like, it's dumb. It's so fucking dumb. It does nothing. It's impossible to organize.
And even if even the big thing, if you really want to stick it to the man, even if it's saying the workers can't, if the actual shoppers did. If all the consumers decide to actually do that, yeah, it would work. But it's like hell, it's going to work.
You know, the cops aren't going to go on strike for a day. Fire service, come on.
We're all no. That's the thing. I'm on the fire service. We're on call 24/7, regardless.
Yeah, you know, it's. And even if you would go, okay, fine, not everybody. If you're an essential, vital thing,
we're all essential.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's dumb. It's so very stupid. There's a process to strikes. It's a whole thing. It's not something you go into lightly. I don't want to go on strike. I want Kroger to not be dicks when we get contract talk, so we don't have to go on strike.
That part is
the nuclear button. It's the last fucking option.
That part is, I don't know if I can actually release this video now.
Why?
You know where we live, where we work.
Shit. I didn't say anything disparaging about Kroger.
True.
They hate the union.
Yeah.
We hate them.
Yeah.
It's a hate-hate relationship.
It is. It's like your last marriage.
It's just.
Oh, did you see Kim Kardashian?
Oh yeah, shocker! She crossed the picket line.
Yes.
My God,
what
I am just. What? She would never.
Yeah. You know, I was watching Nostalgia Critic last night. The movie he reviewed was the new Three Stooges.
Now, well, hold on. Talk about union stuff, y'all.
Yeah.
We need a union podcast. We just talk about union stuff in general.
Oh, that's kind of what the union nerds are do.
No, that's pop culture. I'm talking about
A legit union.
We talk about union stuff. We get union guys. Union. It's all it is. Because there's not a lot of podcasts like that.
What would
There's
we?
one that the AFL-CIO does.
Yeah.
Called State of the Union. And the last episode was like almost a year ago.
What?
They didn't do anything with it.
If we do it, what episode? Well, what would we name it?
I have no idea.
Because that's the thing. Me and Sam have talked about it, about doing a union.
And it wouldn't have to just be about UFCW.
Yeah, it'd be like about just
unions in general, and then we could talk about UFCW a lot, especially when we're going into contract talks, and
Yeah.
if we have to, God forbid, go on strike. But like the strike out in Hollywood,
yeah.
the Screen Actors Guild and the Writers Guild.
Well, actually, you got the.
Um,
Have you seen like the More Perfect Union? Do you follow them on YouTube and stuff? They're on TikTok and everything else. I'll send you a link to them because like they deal with a lot of union like centric stuff.
Yeah.
Like about like they point out legit corporations. I actually did a video about my time and stuff when that was a whole situation. And they were even doing about the merger.
But that's there's things we need to talk about.
Yeah.
But like the Writers Guild and strike and everything out there, because it's mostly about streaming stuff like that, and
that people not getting
but
residuals and
yeah.
pay. Because you
Which
saw
they
like
should.
yeah, agree 100%. You saw like where Disney, like I don't know if you saw like, but Disney will use like Hannah Montana for instance.
Yeah.
So like to get them out of paying them residuals for Hannah Montana, they would create a new show so they wouldn't get residuals from Hannah Montana and completely redo it that way.
Because it's like, and like Bob Iger's a piece of shit. He's the head of Disney.
I had hopes when he came back, but at the same time, it's like no.
He's a multi-billionaire. See,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, the hope is gone.
Hope maybe with like better content, but not with any kind of.
That's the thing. It was content, but now like with everything that's going, it's like
he's a piece of shit.
Oh.
He makes like $30 million a year, and he's like, these writers have unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, why is that a billionaire's resort?
Yeah.
With Bezos and all them.
But let's say the Writers Guild and the Screen Actors Guild goes, if you're really in support of the strike, get rid of all the streaming services. Are you gonna cut that cord? No more Hulu, no more Paramount, no more Disney Plus. All of it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
A lot of people aren't. And I have a feeling that's something they're gonna do.
Well, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Because, like, well, for instance, like, the everything that's going on with Warner Brothers right now, where they're buying everything up, they just, like, you heard the
Discovery.
Well, and besides Discovery, they shut down Cartoon Network.
Oh, they did?
Yes, Cartoon Network is officially no more. They shut down Cartoon Network studios.
Well, I mean, to be honest, a lot of those, like, Cartoon Network and stuff like that, it's like, they don't need to exist as a channel anymore.
Shut your face.
They don't.
You shut your face.
But it's all streaming now. The world has changed.
No, like the same people will still watch.
No.
You're still paying for cable.
Old people do. When the boomers are dead, cable won't exist anymore. Nobody watches cable.
I would.
Coddle? No, you wouldn't.
I would.
No.
If I was paying for all the time.
You pick the streaming services you want, and that's what you watch. When's the last time you watched cable? Like, not a streaming service at all. You sat down and went, I'm going to flip through 70 channels and find something.
Every time I go to my, like, Dad's and M's.
Because your dad's a boomer.
No.
Boomers are the ones who keep cable going.
If cable wasn't so expensive for me, if I was at home more, I would actually pay for cable.
No, you would.
I actually
If you were
would.
home more, you would watch more movies that you either own or stream, or you play video games. Don't sit there and act like you sit on the couch and waste your time.
I would
flipping
sit there
through
on
channels.
my ass and just watch Cartoon Network the whole time. Just to support my baby, my brother.
No. The boomers are what keep it afloat. Like people like my dad, like my parents, my mom and my dad. They're boomers. They don't understand streaming. They don't get it. They don't want to bother with it. It makes them feel stupid. They know cable. Cable's been around. So then what do they get? They get cable.
But back to the whole shebang before we get to a whole fucking argument.
What? It's true.
You shut your whore mouth, damn it. But no, because they got rid of Cartoon Network and integrated it with Warner Brothers okay, so when you remember when we had HBO Max?
Well, it's still Max. But
Well, no, it's different. The reason they changed over to Max was so they didn't have to pay all the residuals to all those other shows and screw all the writers and the creators and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because because when HBO Max first came out, there was they legit promised we are not getting rid of everything. Everything that we add to this is staying here. And then it got under new management and all hell broke loose. They started taking off all the Cartoon Network shows, all the DC stuff. And then when they switched over to Max, they got rid of a lot of stuff.
I wonder if they're going to spin Warner Brothers into its own streaming service.
Well, like Warner Brothers, they integrated Cartoon Network into their animation department. Warner Brothers Animation, which actually is pretty good because I like Warner.
Well, and as much as don't like corporations and stuff like that, and you can see you've got Warner Brothers Animation on this hand, you've got Cartoon Network Studios on this hand. Do you need two animation
because
studios?
Warner Brothers and
It's
Cartoon
totally
Network have
good.
always kind of worked together, but they just bought them out.
It's like when you had Disney and Pixar, and then Disney bought Pixar. Pixar exists in name only.
Yeah.
It's just part of Disney.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason, you don't need two animation studios.
But the big thing what kind of disappointed me with Cartoon Network and stuff, and you could probably agree with me when it comes to all cartoons nowadays, nobody takes the risks anymore. But also, because also the censors have gotten to the point, because let's be honest, boomers and stuff are destroying good animation anymore. Well, let's look at Ed and Eddie, Powerpuff Girls, Adventure Time. All these great animations and stuff is because they took risks, especially during the early '90s into late 2000s. There was a lot of stuff they took risks on and it became successful.
But they don't need to right now because of millennials. Boomers boomers don't give a shit about cartoons because boomer mentality is cartoons for kids. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I cannot explain to my father that Futurama is not a kid show.
Yeah.
Or the Oblongs or anything that is Family Guy. This is not for kids.
I do like the Oblongs. That's a good show.
Gone Before Its Time. I only had one season.
I have
that
it.
show. But it's not boomers that's killing it. It's millennials.
Yeah.
Because
The nostalgia factor.
yes, if you have, because it's we didn't stop consuming cartoons ever. We started watching cartoons in the 90s and then kept watching them forever. We have not stopped consuming cartoons. Boomers, it's they turned 18 and went, that's not for me anymore. And then, you know, I'm going to watch TJ Hooker and whatever.
You're not wrong.
They don't give a shit. They don't want cartoons. So in the 80s and the 90s, cartoon animation studios had to take risks because they couldn't bank on nostalgia. That wasn't boomers didn't watch cartoons.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, let's throw out this, throw out that, all this stuff, and see what sticks. And what stuck, they just keep making. How long has SpongeBob been on for?
Well, with SpongeBob, that's legit on Nickelodeon because, the creator wanted it gone after, after the movie, he says that SpongeBob's ends. That's
But
it.
it just keeps going.
Yeah, because the Nickelodeon, the creator's dead, and once the creator died, Nickelodeon decided we can do what we want with this.
Millennials kill. I'm sorry. We do. We've killed good cartoons. They don't have to take risks anymore. Like,